Right now, winning CWL wars often comes down to just one thing: getting a single defense. Because let's be honest, most wars these days are just perfect wars on both sides. That's where this base comes in. This one can grab that critical defense you need and help push your clan to the top. So today, I'm going to break down this CWL base and explain exactly why it works. This is an anti-2-star style base, and the core is completely isolated from the rest of the compartments using dead zones. This setup works brilliantly against Royal Champion charge armies. The main reason is simple. The Royal Champion struggles to create a reliable funnel. I'm not saying she won't get any value at all, but even if she picks off a few key defenses, the funnel she creates will be awkward and unclean. Take a look at the corners of this base. They aren't easily accessible or smooth to funnel. The reason is the lines of defenses are carefully spaced and layered. For instance, look at the line near the Poison Tower. We've got the Ground Bow, Fire Spitter, Sweeper, and Builder Hut. That's one clean line of defenses. Then look at the other line of defenses we got on the outside, the Mortars and Multi-Archer Tower making up the trash layer. Another line. The Royal Champion will typically commit to one line or the other in most cases. So if she stays outside, she'll only clear the edge defenses. If she pushes inside, she'll only grab the core defenses. Either way, outer defenses will remain standing. And that creates an issue, because the funnel made by the Royal Champion doesn't help the attack. It just causes confusion. The attacker won't have a clean path or clear decision on where to send their main army. That's a win for us. Now once that RC funnel fails, and let's be honest, it often does, the secondary army has to do all the heavy lifting. That alone puts pressure on the attacker. Another bonus? The Royal Champion cannot reach the Town Hall easily. I've watched multiple replays, and in none of them did she successfully make it to the Town Hall. Even in cases where attackers tried, they had already burned all their invisibility spells, and she still couldn't finish the job. That's a huge advantage, because the Town Hall will stay up longer and deal extra damage to the secondary troops. And here's the thing, even if the RC walk is done well, and even if the secondary army is dropped perfectly, this base still makes it extremely tough to secure a triple. And the reason is all in the back end. The back end of this base is where most attacks fall apart. Now, back end just means the side of the base where the army ends up after starting the attack. This base is built in a way where every possible back end is strong. Let's say the attacker enters from 430 with dragons, then 730 becomes the back end. And on that side, we've got the Minion Prince and King working together alongside ricochet cannons and the geared tower. That combo is brutal. If the attacker enters from the 730 side instead, the back end becomes 430. And there, we've got double scatter shots, multi-infernos, and all of the Teslas packed in. That's a nightmare to push through. Even 130 and 730 are strong sides to end on, because the Queen and Champion are there. And they team up with nearby defenses like multi-infernos and multi-archer towers to deliver heavy damage. And don't forget, the air defenses are positioned in the outer corners of the base. That means they'll stay up longer and be a big threat to dragons or other air units late in the attack. Also, don't worry about the Queen or King that attackers send on the outside for funneling. All of our X-bows are set to ground mode, and most ricochet cannons are placed toward the edges. So they'll melt those heroes quickly before they get any serious value. That's the main idea of this base. Up next, I'll show you replays so you can see this base in action. Alright, the first replay is dragons with the Royal Champion starting from the left side. She mostly hugs the outer edge at first, but eventually dives into the base to grab some extra value. But watch this. Just a slight delay in the invisibility spell, and she's already taking massive damage from the Monolith and the Town Hall. Plus, the Poison Tower slows her down big time. The layout of this base is super tricky. It's almost impossible to predict where the Royal Champion will head next. She ends up going down before even using all the spells. Now check the funnel she set. The ground bow is still up. That one defense alone messes everything up. The dragons start strong, diving into the core, but then a group peels left, straight toward the ground bow, because the funnel wasn't tight. And then comes the massive split. And once again, the 430 side backend is just brutal. Teslas, scattershot, and that whole pocket absolutely destroy half the army in seconds. Next up, we've got another Dragon army, this time jumping in from the 1030 side. And again, just a fraction of a second delay on the Invis spell and the Fox is already nearly gone. A couple of giant bombs finish the job. This is where it gets messy. The RC's pathing is unpredictable. She jumps from defenses to heroes, then changes direction completely. She does get decent value. 2 ricochet cannons, the monolith, and even the alpha spitter. But look at the funnel. It's awkward, clearing just a few middle defenses and leaving everything else. Now the dragons come in. The funnel is way too wide, and the dead zone keeps them from locking onto the town hall. The clan castle building stays untouched, and that alone causes a 1-star fail. If the RC had cleared it, the pathing would have been clean, but that's not what happened. Now let's move to the Root Riders. The RC enters from the bottom, and the attacker smartly uses Invis to push her deeper. But she takes a lot of damage in the process, so she's recalled just before going down. Still, the funnel isn't solid. She goes too far inside, leaving outer defenses untouched. The Root Riders come in immediately after. But again, no clear path into the town hall. The dead zone and defensive ring outside keep them at bay, and then the Teslas show up, pulling the Riders even farther off course. Eventually, they do make their way to the town hall, but by then, it's chaos. The army splits into 2, and the defenses wipe them out quickly. They never even make it to the back end. Last replay now, Root Riders again. This time, the Royal Champion enters from the bottom, going into the 430 compartment. But again, her pathing is unpredictable. She's close to the Archer Tower but shifts to the Poison Tower instead. She only clears a single compartment. Still, it's looking cleaner this time. The Root Riders come in, but the defense layout still pulls them around the town hall. They circle the outer edge. Thankfully, the king is sent in with them, and he busts open the walls. That gives the ground troops a direct path into the core. This is the only attack where the troops stay together and push deep. But even then, the ricochet cannons tear them apart at the end. Some of the outer troops get extra value, but the hit wraps up shortly after. And that wraps it up for this one. If you're tired of getting tripled in CWL and want to give your clan that one clutch defense, you already know what to do. Grab the base link in the description, test it out, and let me know how it performs for you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, drop a comment if you have questions, and subscribe for more high-level base breakdowns just like this. I've got more coming your way. See you in the next one.